Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US Tech Stocks. Just before we start, I did add some trades to over here to our pending positions. They're kind of longer term trades, and they come from on the New York desk. These three here, so these are weekly charts. But I just want to point out that on this weekly chart here, we have a nice little ABC pattern down here, a nice clean 5 waves up here. So we've got this 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. So we're starting to build up here. So a little bit late, but we're taking up the tops, and the volume is good as well on that. So that's CMI, and this one over here, this medium term one here, we can just look at this one's just lifting off as well. But we do have a nice ABC here, and the other point here, we do have nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and then 1 and 2 here. So we're just entering into here, and this is a weekly chart, so we'll put our stop under there as well. And also this longer term one here, on this one here, we've got a beautiful weekly chart A, B and C here. We also have a beautiful impulse wave up here. So our target will be up at 2. This is 150 here, but our target will be much higher, and we'll also build on these positions as well. So we didn't really have many on the New York desk, because most of them open trades here that we've got are all, you know, these short-term trades that we're doing. There's a couple here that I put on that were and Alessio, I think, put on 1 or 2 of these as well. So yeah, just pointing that out. Over to the NASDAQ, this is the sort of daily chart here, and yeah, look, everything is on track, and we'll just continue to push up higher. Obviously, once we've got a nice tested support on the 18,000, which we've pretty much got now, so the next port of call really is the 20,000 on the NASDAQ. So if we move into here on the 20K here, I'm just pushing into this area here. So we've got wave 1 here with an ABC back for wave 2, then 1 and 2. So we wanted to, on the S&P and this market, we wanted to move in a little bit aggressively here. I've just moved this stop up from here to here on this, but you know, we talked about the entries in here. So yeah, look, I think we should, everything's going like perfectly. We should just continue to move along nicely. If I go to 1,000 ticks and just drill into this area here, no, it's not this one, it's on this chart, and it's actually just 20 ticks. So here we've got that wave 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and we'll talk about going long in here in a couple of different ways, but basically taking out the top there and then building in through group 1, which is 1, 2 and 3 here. That's the general idea here with this. I'll just label this out here for us for the time being, but we'll take a closer look at this with the indices. So just take this little intraday count with a pinch of salt until I get it, sort of have a closer look at it. But yeah, it doesn't really matter, because either way we're moving up higher here as well, you know. So you can just keep building through the levels. The next one, really, we want to be adding on the there'll be some type of little thing here before pushing up, and you can look to either build across the top here or build in over here for this. And you should have definitely built in on this one here. Obviously, we talked about it in here. So anyway, the idea is just to keep building in, because this is actually the beginning of this trend, you know. When if we just go back a little bit here, just while we're here, you know, I'm getting the same message from the stocks as well, so that's cool. So we've got 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So, you know, we should see this move along quite nicely here. That's why we're being a little bit aggressive in this particular space. Okay, so we'll move along. Now, there's not much happening with Apple, which is the first one off the ranks. Oh, this is the S&P here. We'll have a quick look at this. So, yeah, also got just get a bit more data in here. We've also had this 1 and ABC back for 2 here, and 1 and 2 here, and then just building in aggressively here. But I'll sort this wave count out when we do the indices video next, so I won't worry about that too much. So Apple here, not a great, everything's on track though. We've got the A wave, the B wave, and we're looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and in this little section here we're looking for 5 waves here. We're not there just yet, but we do have 1 and 2 here pointed out, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's overlapping there. Wave force can get complicated, so we won't call that in just yet, but it's hit supply, so it's pretty much, it could pop up a little bit. We would only go long, as I mentioned before, if we see a nice impulse wave up here, if something needed to be counted a little bit differently, and then we'll have wave 5 here. And once we get this low here, we want the market to prove to us that it's strong, so we'll be dropping this down over to here, and then we'll continue to build in over this side. But we're not there yet, so I'm not going to burn any time on that. Over to Amazon here. I have moved the stop up here. We talked about an entry here. We'll be looking at a little 5-wave structure coming into this space here, and then we'll also look to add again on the 180 here. So we're in terms of the trading levels, we're in group 2, 65, 72 and 80, so everything's just perfect on track here. Haven't missed a beat. The slightly larger count can be counted 2 different ways. I'll just go into the intraday from 1000 to 100 here. A little bit messy, but this is for the diehards. And yeah, we can call this 1 or 2 here. It's probably 1 and 2 because it fits the Nasdaq, so I'll probably just dump that there for a moment. But basically we had wave 1 and we spent, you know, quite a long time getting through this one here. So we have this entry here that's been triggered, and we'll have another one up here on the 180, also in group 2 here. But we're in subgroup 2 here at the moment. So we've got a little 5-wave structure up here. If you've got a keen eye, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, as 4 and 5 up here. So we'll wait for the pullback. We might even come in a little bit earlier over here. We'll just see how we go, see where the rest of the markets are as well on that. But yeah, look, everything's going according to plan for this particular trade, and we'll get up to the 200 on this. Okay, over to Meta Platforms, just the bigger picture here. And look, I had a target up here as 650. I don't really have a problem with that. So that's what we've got in the portfolio. But I'll just see how this travels across here. We may need to take some money off the table at the end of this here as 1 and 2 here, and 3, 4 and 5 here. So we may end up just going to 530. So in the portfolio, we've got Meta somewhere in here, somewhere Meta. Yeah, 5. That was a bit weird. Let me just check that again. Oh, it should be on the other. Sorry, I'm on the. I should go to the admin side. Sorry about that. Let me just check here on the admin side. Yeah, I've got this target here of 650. You know, I'll probably change that to. We might have to get out at 530, but anyway, I won't worry about it today. But yeah, it's on my mind a little bit. Let's go from 1,000 ticks to 100 ticks and just pull out this here. Also, too, I don't have. I have this trade in the portfolio. I didn't have these 2 trades in the portfolio, and I won't bother about putting them in there. I think they were just trades that if if this was your stock and you wanted to get in there more so, then this was the time to do it. But yeah, so this top up here, I'll just I just got to sort of think this out a bit. I've got to be a bit cautiously tactical, because I think that I could pull back down here for this. That's what's sort of bugging me a little bit. So I'd rather just take it at this point and get back. But I'll probably use the 530 here with a classic trading levels pattern. So we'll probably get out here and then if we get this pattern here, then I'll get back in over here. I'll probably manage it like that, I think. But anyway, I'll give it a bit more thought. But at this stage, we could look to, I'll put this here, and I'll put, possibly we might take it all at that point there as well and just wait. That's the 530 here, you know. So I'll just see how that goes. Yeah, I'm not convinced just yet, but yeah, anyway, so from here we've got wave 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and you can see we've got a nice 5-wave structure here. It's probably not finished. It probably got one more little high to go in here and here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 5, 4, and yada yada yada. I would like to add, but I think I'll just stay where I am at the moment. Like I say, I don't have these two in the portfolio, but that's okay. Okay, NVIDIA. So look, basically we'll be heading up to 1000, as I've mentioned before. I won't look at the bigger picture today, but we've got a position here now and stop here and here. So I think I'll just make a note of this here, NVDA, and change stop. I think we can move this over now, so we'll move, I'll leave that there, but I'll just leave it under group 2 here for a moment, this one here. It won't be on 8, it'll be somewhere like 7, 5, 6, 6, 2 or something, okay? So something like that, but I'll update that. Yeah, so we've been triggered in, everything is good. We could look to add a gain on this actually if we want to play hardball here. So we can add, let me just, okay, so we're basically going to look for the first high above, or even the second high if you can, above the 530. So this is where we're going to be over here. So it's going to pretty much take possession next session. I think what we'll do is we'll just be a bit cheeky and we'll just put that there at that current closing price. And for the stop for this, you can just use this stop here. We'll just keep it wide. Once that 830 becomes the resistance, which means that this top has got to be taken out, or the second top, then that will tell us that this has been this group 1, 1, 2, and 3 has been tested as support, and that should be all good at that point. So also just put a new trade in here. I'll just do that, and yeah, so we'll do that. That's, I mean, we've got to get in now, you know. I mean, the only thing here that can sort of occur is this could come back into this area here. That's the heat that needs to be holded. So if you don't want to hold that heat, then wait for the classic trading levels pattern here, right? But if I take this from here to, well, 830, but we'll go 834, 835 probably tops. That will leave us back here at the 800. So it can come back, okay? So you might be carrying a bit of heat, but we've got a little bit of, we've got this one over here as well. So overall the trade will still stay green. Okay, so I also I forgot to put this into the portfolio that we talked about, so that's there. And yeah, I wish I was sort of a bit closer to the US, because we definitely would have gone across these tops here for this, would have added onto this, but that's okay. But anyway, I have updated that in the portfolio, but the date won't be right, okay? That's all I wanted to say. So I have moved the stop as well to this break even on this one here. This one's still floating, but we should be okay at this point. This here will be yeah, so I have changed that from being wave 1 to here because I could see this is playing out as a third wave here. So that's 1 and 2 in here, and we'll have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So there's a bit further to go up here, but we'll play that out. I mean, you can certainly add here again if you want. But also, oh, this was our target up here, wasn't it? The 650. I wonder if we need to change that. No, I think we'll take our money off the table at the 650. There will be, you know, this is what we'll get at the 650. So we're going to get out here and we'll get back in over here. Okay, so that was how that will play out. I'm happy with that. I mean, of course, it will have the first high above the level and wave 3 and 4 and all those sorts of things. I might change it. I'll just see. I'll just check now that it's Monday. I'll just sort of tune back in to the markets, and we might just hold through that. It means that we've got to hold through. It can be like this 66665. I'll bring it down deep into 20 here. So that's what it would need to hold through if you wanted to. Otherwise, you can just get out and get back in, you know. But there will be, you know, a bit of a time zone across here, really. Anyway, I'll just give it some thought. But in the meantime, we'll still look at the 650 as our target. And then we come over to Google. So not far to go down now. So look, the wave fours, this rally for wave fours here, as I mentioned, can play out in, they can get a bit sort of complicated. It does look like a little 5 wave there, so maybe I could shift that over to there, but we still need another low here. So we'll definitely be bouncing off this number. I just don't know if it's going to reach this number. That's the thing. Anyway, wave 1 here with an A wave, a B wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And anyway, we know the story now that, you know, we talked about Google not being in the race for AI, and now it's slathered all over the papers. So, you know, when there's blood on the street, that's the time to buy. So this is the time to buy soon, but not just yet. Okay, so over to Microsoft. We've been triggered in here, and everything's going nicely. So I'm just not going to do anything here, really. We just don't need to do anything. We're working through 400 to the medium level, and this is 1, 2, and 3, group 1. We can also look to add conservatively up here. You could get another position earlier if you wanted to, but 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 3, 4. So basically we'll get this here, right? And then we can go up again, and we'll be looking to add on top of this one here as well. We could move the stop up to here, but it's not that it's being tested yet, do you know what I mean? Taking out the top here tells me that it is tested, but it's just not quite strong enough yet, you know, so I'll just wait, and there's no rush. Everything's okay, nothing drastic happening at this particular point. If it did come back down below here somewhere, then we'd definitely be getting out of that point, because then we'd be left with an A and a B and a C wave, but it's not what the general markets are telling us. So everything is good at this point, so we'll just stay with that. And Tesla coming off the low here, you know, it's been a bit of a high risk play, this one, but you know, our strategy has always been the 200 has been the resistance, and we're waiting for it to become the support, and we're moving in. So the next one here, we can take this top out here. If you wanted to refine it more, we can look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here, and 5 coming up here, hitting supply, coming back as an ABC pattern here, and then moving off again. So you could actually, if you wanted to, go in across this wave B here, but I'll leave that up to you at this point. And yeah, let me just check on a few things here. Yeah, I won't worry about that too much. The main takeaway here is that, you know, it was resistance and now it's support, and all we need to do is buy new highs. So that's that. But we've got that one trade in there. When this gets taken out here, then we can move the stop from here to here. But otherwise, you just need to be a little bit mindful of this. But yeah, I think that's the best fit so far, as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, ABC for 2, and then 1 and 2. So we did, as I mentioned before, we need to build in through this over here. So we're getting there, and you know, we've got a nice accumulation process going on here as well, enough to drive it higher. I know EV sales are down and those sort of things. There's a bit of a flood of all the, you know, the original Ys that came out. They're coming into the second-hand market now as 3-year-olds. But yeah, anyway, I mean, deciphering fundamentals is just as tricky as technicals. Anyway, that's that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.